So we're now doing some of the homework questions on page 493. The homework tonight, by the way, or this weekend, in addition to whatever you didn't finish, is page 493, numbers 1 through 44 all. And notice it's all because some of those odd answers you can check. You have to show your work, but you can check them. They're not that hard, these questions, so they shouldn't be too long. The square root of x cubed. Well, first of all, how are we going to break that down? Are there any perfect squares hidden in x cubed? How can we break x cubed down into factors so that,
x squared?
That's right, this is equal to square root x squared times x. Square root x squared times x, right? That's good, yeah, put it all under one house. Now, do you recognize the pattern of this right here? That's equal to square root x squared.
So it equals x square root x.
That's right, that's equal to square root x squared times square root x.
Yeah.
Now, again, you've broken it down into something that can come out of the house. It's basically square root x squared equals x. This doesn't change. You can't get square root x any more broken down than it is. We get x root x. X root x. Make sure you ask now if you don't understand that. Okay, you don't understand that? Okay, we broke it. We're always looking for a pattern of...
No, I get the second, like how you get to that.
You got
but
this?
I don't understand how you found x root x.
How we got, well,
X squared is x.
square root of x squared is x.
Square root is not anymore. And then you have what? The square root of x. You can't get anything to the square root of x.
Remember that pattern we just did? The square root of y squared is y. The square root of y plus 1 squared is y plus 1. The square root of 7 squared is 7. If you know that,
Yeah, I do.
yeah, then this should make sense because the square root of x squared is x. And this doesn't change. The square root of x is the same. You can't
I
change
don't
it.
understand why you wouldn't do like root x and then parentheses x.
Why we went from here to here?
No, I understand.
Or from here to here?
I understand that.
Okay, then from here to here.
Don't understand that.
Okay, again, the square root of x squared is equal to x because we're simplifying it. That's all. We're really just simplifying it. That's our only job here is to simplify.
If there's 3x there, why would you just put in 2 and then y is 1 on
Because we're simplifying it. Simple as that. We're trying to get it as simple as we can. So we have to break it down. The question is, why are we doing this? Well, because we're trying to simplify this as much as we can. So we break it into blocks that we know we can simplify. The game is to get anything out of this radicand or out of this house that you can. X cubed is stuck in the house. You want to get anything you can out of there. And your key to getting something out is by finding a perfect square. Well, by breaking it down at x squared times x, you've got a perfect square. X squared is a perfect square. Every even exponent is a perfect square. That's how you break it down. So the square root of x squared is equal to x, and you've brought something out. Now, this is an odd exponent. X to the first, you can't get it out. You can't break it down, and it's done. That's as far as you can go. That's your answer. It's simplified. Let's do another one, because hopefully that'll help you understand. Number 42, the square root of 12, b to the 7. How do we, first of all, break it down. Go ahead, yeah, Melissa.
Square root of 4 times the square root of 3.
Right.
B times the square root of 3b third, and then the square root of b to the 4th. That?
Yeah, you could do that. That's good. That's nice. That's decent. That's good. You could do it a little more, you know, there's a slightly better way to do this, but that's okay. You actually want to break this down. Here's the important thing, so please listen to this. You want to take b to the 7th, you want to break it down into the biggest even number exponent that you possibly can. You want to take the biggest even exponent you can out of here. So 4 is good, but it's not the biggest one we can.
Okay, do 6 and 1.
6 and 1, that's right. So we'll make that b to the 6th, and we'll make that b. And then that's the best way to break that down, okay? Always think, break it down. That's the first thing you should think about, just break it down. The square root of 4 equals what?
2 times
2. Good, that's right, so it's 2. 2 root 3. Now, what's the square root of b to the 6th? Important, David. What's the square root of b to the 6th? What, you should have been listening. Square root of b to the 6th is what? Yes, Ben?
B to the 3rd.
b to the 3rd. Right, because, David, b to the 3rd times b to the 3rd equals b to the 3 plus 3, which is equal to b to the 6. Okay? That's the 3rd time today we've heard that. Now, this is the root of b. Okay? So, now all that's left now is to just rewrite it, and we're going to put the stuff that came out of the house, out of these radicands, on the left, and everything else goes to the right. So 2b cubed, and then root 3b is what we have left. Okay, we just root 3 times root b, we have to recombine it, and we get root 3b. Okay? And that's your answer. So they're not hard if you just get the hang of it. It's just kind of tricky when you don't have the hang of it. Amanda's got a different method, so let's check it out. Square root of 12b to the 7th. Go ahead.
How much time do we have left?
So the square root of 4b to the 6th is
Ah, okay.
4b to the 3rd.
There you go. So see what she did. Okay, she's thinking ahead. That's a good example of thinking ahead because she recognized the perfect square. The best square, the perfect square that you're dealing with is 4. And she recognized that the perfect square you're dealing with exponents is b to the 6th. So she pulled those together. And then they came out nice and evenly. And she was able to do what we did in 3 steps or 4 steps. She did it in 2. Boom, boom. Okay? So neither way is wrong or right. She just did it more eloquently and a little quicker and simple, much more simple. So, but it's good either way. So let's, a little quicker and simpler. Good job. Thanks, Amanda, for coming up and showing us that. All right, we're going to do number 44. This is a tough one. This 243 is not a perfect square, but there is a big number that goes into it, and it's 81. So we put the square root of 81 times the square root of 3. Now, x to the 5th. What's the best way to break it down? Anybody know? Ashley, do you know? Chase, do you know?
Like x to the 4th.
4th, good. Square root x to the 4th times square root x. We take the biggest even exponent we can out of there. Just remember that. Let that ring in your head. The biggest even exponent. You take the biggest even exponent out of there. Then you break that down into what? You don't have to break it down. The square root of y to the 4th is an even exponent. That's just equal to y squared. You don't have to write it. Just put y squared. We already went ahead and did that. It's just equal to y squared. Actually, no, you know what we'll do? We'll take it step by step. We're going to take it step by step and make sure that nobody gets flustered by missing a step. So we'll keep that there. But it's going to be y squared. Now we go ahead and roll them out. Square root of 81 is 9. You all know that. Square root of 3 doesn't change. That's x squared, root x, and y squared. We'll leave that for YouTube. Have a great weekend. If you have any questions about your grades, come see me quickly. I'm here. I'll give you a note to your next class if I have to. Have a great weekend. Bye.